Yeah. In my position, I'm kind of expected to just maybe keep quiet, stay in the background, don't contribute so much. But I'm gonna hear a lot of things, and I'm gonna want to, at some point, get it all out of my chest. I'm hoping I can interact with the law and talk to them about it because we're all on the same side. But
Well, what you could do is, since you've already spoken with Amory, I'm sure that if you get to this position of bailiff and you need someone to get it off your chest, you can always just talk to him.
yeah, people like him. Um, there are a few that I like. Some of them I've had issues with, but I think we can move past them.
Oh, it's got very foggy. I would not recommend riding out at the moment.
You're right. I generally don't ride at night regardless.
I don't usually by myself, but if I have someone else with me, then we usually go together. But if I'm traveling alone, it's usually at the very end of the night as day starts.
Right.
So, besides the thing about, you said bailiff, right?
Right.
What else has been happening since we last spoke? We haven't had a full-on conversation that much.
Well, um, what else has been going on? Uh, well, I have been working with this group to catch bounties. Um, we've been doing research and investigation, and there was something that happened. Maybe I can get your input on it. Um, how much sensitive details do you want? Because I can try to be vague and just kind of say things in a way that doesn't specify things.
I'd
But
rather
it's up to
not
you.
have specifications since I am not the one hunting this person.
Right. Fair enough. So we were looking for a man who's involved with a group. A man in that group told me about something, and I thought it was important to share with my group. I did, and a young woman in my group went and used that information to try and get closer to somebody that was part of the other group. Now, she did this of her own accord, without talking to anybody. She used the information I gathered and ended up getting herself in big trouble. And not only that, she got one of the other people in our group injured. And this really upset me because, not only did she use the information I give her without any plan, she got somebody, that I work with hurt. And it made me feel like she can't be trusted. But she's young and naive, and apparently she regrets what she did. But when I confronted her about it, and I just wanted to hear that she learned her lesson, she got very upset, like it wasn't my, it shouldn't have been my problem to question her like that. And she went off in a huff, and seems like she's just not in a good place with me right now. What do you think?
I don't think that has anything to do with you, really. I think she's just upset that she got caught in a rash decision and it caused injury of someone else, and she just doesn't know how to handle it. Once again, with information, if you go into something unplanned with no plan, it's usually going to get yourself or those around you hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is 100% on her, and her anger towards you is unjusted. You just gave the information, she took the information and rashly went and did the action. So that is on her.
She had good intentions. She wanted to use it to gain an advantage, but she ended up getting used instead.
Good intentions does not mean it is the right outcome. So yes.
I agree. I sent her a message, uh, trying to help her understand that I didn't mean to offend her, and I was just more worried about, what could have happened.
Honestly, I would have not even sent her a telegram apologizing for something that had no apology on your part. One thing that Okoita told me was that even though you start the ripple, that ripple will eventually come back to you, no matter what the intention was. In a way, you started the ripple by giving that information, and it kinda came back to you with her taking offense to what you said, even though she's the one who caused the issue. So no matter how good the intention is, you have to be ready for it to come back to you one way or another. And with her action, it came back to her with what she did.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna say to her, honestly. Like one part of me wants to continue not trusting her, but the other part of me wants to hope that this was a step for her in the right direction, that a failure is a valuable teacher.
I would say, if it wasn't for the fact that you did tell me that she took offense for you saying such, I would have said give her another chance. But the fact that she left in a huff like it was your problem makes me think that she will do it again with information if she sees it's something that would benefit her.
I think she may be naive now, and I think she needs better role models. And I was hoping to be one of those, but she seemed to get upset thinking that I am worthy of somebody she should emulate, and that did kind of upset me.
I wouldn't think too much on it. Whatever is going on with her, that is her business and her business alone.
Right.
So, but just like me, I wouldn't trust information with her again. It only takes one time for me.
Huh. Right. Well, I'll think about how when I find information. No, I'm just thinking if there's a way I can go about it next time that minimizes the chances of my information not being used.
The best way to minimize it is not tell anyone. But that is not what you're getting at this point. You can't control what other people do with the information you tell them. You don't know what intentions they have with that information. If you're really that concerned about it, the information should not be shared amongst the entire group, but only with an individual that it pertains to.
That's true.
See ya.
I wonder if this will come back to me in a bad way too, because if they told me and only me this, and then somehow she found out, then they're gonna correlate us together, and therefore make me out to being somebody involved with that group that I mentioned. So now I have a target on my back too. Maybe
it is a possibility, and that is a risk that you took by sharing the information with others.
Right.
There is some information that you just need to keep to yourself, and if people ask about it, you can give brief statements, sort of like, "Oh, I saw someone a description in the city," or something like that. Even though you might know more detail, you don't know the intention of the other person. So the best way to do is just give vague answers.
Part of me knows that's true, but I also feel like obligated to try to help in some way, and if information I have can help save somebody from being hurt, then I'd want to share that. I actually had a situation where a man made threats on somebody that I wouldn't say I cared about, but I don't think deserved to be threatened or hurt. And I've been wrestling, and he told me, don't tell anybody about this or I'm going to come after you. And I didn't. I was scared for myself, but should I have been more scared for the woman that was being threatened? Am I worth more than she is? Should I have told her about this? And I still don't know.
Situations like that is a bit iffy. At that point, there's no good outcome no matter what you do. But as far as giving a name to someone that you don't know, or information to an entire group that you are not too familiar with, this is not a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.